Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Field Goals and Forecast, presented by Afterthought Sports. Now on WSVU 88.3, The Buzz from Radio Row here in San Francisco. I'm Ryan Adio. Alongside me is my great co-host, James Derrick. And we are back for another great episode here on day 4 of Radio Row here. Day 4 of 5, so one more to go. But this one's going to be filled to the brim with interviews. We got 3 interviews after this segment. So for now, James and I are just going to relax. And then we got to lock in and get those interviews done. But
I don't think I'm on all. I'm not on all those.
Not all of them, no.
But I've got 4 today. You've got 4 or 5. You said.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly really happy that we got the interviews because I don't know. You just annoy me, dude. So I don't really want to be on this show with you anymore. For the remaining.
Went through 20. James, we've been together through 55 episodes, and you just decided to tell me you don't want to do this anymore.
No, it's not that I don't want to do this anymore.
You want to do it just with a different person.
Honestly,
you're seeing other people.
No, that's not true. I just need a break, from
we'll
you.
Have a break.
How much time have we spent together, Ryan?
This week alone?
Yeah. Every waking moment?
Question.
Is that true?
A great question. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't see you when you sleep. Not all the time.
God, you know who I do see even when I sleep is Austin. Bro.
Yeah.
I need to get away. I'm so serious.
Someone needs to take him out of here, bro.
I could go on a tangent. Just start the show.
Anyway, let's get on with some actual content here. But we're going to play a little game. You may have heard of it. I don't know what we'll call it. We'll call it, I don't know.
Isn't it called?
It's called BS, but we can't really say that full words. We'll just go with the acronym and leave it up to the imagination. But I can name X players better than Y player. So, for example, I can name 3 players better than Drake May. Then, James, you would say, yeah, I can name 4. And if I think you can't name 4, then I'll call you out on it. I'll go, BS, and then you got to name them. And if you can't, I get a point. And if you can, you get a point.
Boy shrimp.
I don't know what that means, so I'm going to keep just moving
It's what
on.
BS stands for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I really
I'm just
can't
trying to throw you off today,
I thought I
Ryan.
should have come up with another acronym, but let's start. Go ahead, James. You got the players on your laptop. You can go first.
I think I can name at least 3 guys better than Travis Etienne.
Oh, okay.
That's an easy start.
I could definitely name 5.
I could definitely go 7.
I'll try 8. I could do 8.
9. I could do 9.
You know what? BS, James. I don't think you can.
All right, well,
he's pulling out the big guns here.
let's, you be the judge of that. I'd say James Cook is better than Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I would agree to that. So that's 1.
I'd say Derrick Henry's better than Travis Etienne.
Sure, yeah.
I'd say Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Way better.
Yep.
Your boy Bijan is better.
Much better, yeah.
Was that 4?
That's 4.
Devon Achane?
Yep.
He's better.
Yep.
We haven't even gotten to Jahmyr Gibbs yet.
Yep. 6.
CMC, dude.
Yep.
We're going to get there easily.
Oh, yeah, this is...
Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
Even this early in his career, I feel like you could almost say Ashton Genty is better. However, I'm not going to go there yet. You could say Breece Hall is better than Travis Etienne. Kenneth Walker?
I don't know. Keep going.
Kyron Williams is better than
9.
Travis Etienne. You could fought me on the last 5, but I think all of them included would count.
All right, fair enough. You
Maybe.
did it, James. Congratulations.
Travis Etienne is actually very good. Maybe those are all borderline at the end there.
1 point your way. Travis Etienne, very good for the Jaguars, obviously. A bounce-back year for him, too. He was very bad last year. And
I'm actually happy for it.
Yeah.
Because he is such a dynamic player. And I hate, they were really splitting him up last year.
They were.
And, I don't think that's what the Jaguars should be doing. He's a guy who should be taking most of it.
And then they shipped out Tank Bigsby and said, all right, you're up. Let's go.
Yeah.
And it worked out,
that.
so.
Yeah, and you know what? Now Baishul Tootin gets some carries, and I like watching him.
I like Baishul Tootin. I'll tell you what.
You were a fan of him coming out of school.
I'm still a fan of him, but that's not the point. Let's move on to the next player. I'm going to start this time.
Go.
I can name at least 4 players better than Drake May.
Yeah. I would go up to 7 players better than Drake May.
7 players better than Drake May. I think that's the extent of it. Let's
Why? Do you want me to force the issue? I think I could go more.
I'll go 8 then. Sure.
I could go 9.
Nah, BS. I don't think he can. I don't think there are 9 quarterbacks better than Drake May.
Let's be the judge of that.
Let's get the first 5 out of the way.
Stafford.
Yep.
Allen.
Yep.
Mahomes.
Yep.
Burrow.
Yep.
Jackson.
Yep. Sorry. I was thinking Jackson Dart for some
6 is no. 6 is Caleb Williams.
Yep. Yep.
7, and I know you agree to this, Jaden Daniels. Yes, you do.
Right.
It hurts.
That's,
and speaking of hurts,
controversial. Yep.
Jalen
Give me
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. All right.
And then I'm already at 8. All I need is one more guy. Ryan. Holy cow. Should I go with Herbert or Lawrence or Sam Darnold?
All right, man. All right, you win. You win. 2 points your way. My bad.
At least.
My bad. So he's not even top 10.
I mean, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have him at 12.
Okay. All right. You did a lot of prep before this. So.
You can also say Dak Prescott is better than Drake May.
We'll see.
That's he's very like they're all very close there. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The middle of the pack gets tough. I got nervous. So, all right, James, you're up. Let's do it.
I think, we like to work our way up, but I could name a player better than Drake London.
One?
Just one.
Just one? I can name 5 players better than Drake.
Oh wow, you jumped right up.
No, I definitely can.
Jumped up on your boy Drake.
I love him, but he's verged top 5.
That is true. That's why I could name 6.
I'll do 7.
I could name. Do I go up even more than
You're not
8?
even making me name anybody.
I know. I could name 8, and I think that might be the max that I'm willing to go.
I don't think I can
Say
name
9. Say 9.
I don't think I can.
Say it. Say it.
I'm not doing it.
I want you to play the
Fine.
game.
All right. I'll go 9, but I can't do it.
Try your
I don't
hardest.
think I can do it. All right.
All right.
So let's start with the obvious ones. Puka Nacua, JSN, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase. Give me Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens.
You're at 7.
That's 7.
So you need 2 more guys.
Is George Pickens is better than at least this year he was.
This year he was certainly
definitely
better. I mean, that's like one of your top receiving
Um,
leaders.
That's really the extent of the list, I think.
You can't name 2 more guys that are even close. Like I can veto. Just start naming guys.
I'm
You got to try to get to 9. Right?
Nico Collins.
I don't know if he's better. I don't see. I think he's like one of the first guys that's not better than Drake London. But no, I don't know.
Olave, no.
Nico Collins is really good though. I don't. And I think in some people's eyes, Nico Collins would be better than Drake London.
Ryan, Drake May or Nico Collins?
Drake
London or Nico Collins? Yeah, Drake May. He's coming back.
Sorry. What was the question?
Drake London or Nico Collins?
Dude, I think I got to go Nico Collins.
All right.
Okay, you know
That's a
what?
win
You
for
have
me.
some
That's
validation.
8. That's 8?
Yeah.
Hi, Austin.
Taking Drake London.
I would also
Okay,
take Drake London.
well-
but, hey, Ryan said Nico first.
You know what? For the sake of continuing this game, can you name one more receiver?
I'm trying to think of every single team right now, man. It's a struggle. I don't know why I started with the AFC East because there's nobody there. Michael Wilson. Not Marv.
No.
Not Roma Dunze.
No.
Not DJ Moore.
No.
Not anyone on the Packers. Not anyone more. Jameson Williams. I wouldn't give it to him.
No.
What about Olave? I just don't think so. I just wouldn't give you that.
No. He was
I don't-
great this year, though.
I don't think I can
11.
do it, James. I think
No, I
nine
think
is too much.
I think 8 is actually the limit. Maybe.
That's
think
what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you were right. I just wanted to see you name people.
You just wanted me to struggle. I understand that. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. You win again. But, all right. I'll try to think of a good one here. Let's go with AJ Terrell, another Falcon.
AJ Terrell.
It's a corner. I think I can name 4 players better than AJ Terrell.
I could name. Honestly, judging from your take the other day where you thought Spoon was better than Terrell.
Yeah, that never aired. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no one ever saw that. I think I could go. I'm gonna jump up to 7 players better than AJ Terrell.
7.
Corners.
I just want to play the game. Give me 8. I just want to play the game.
Bull Shrimp.
Bull Shrimp. Let me look up corners NFL, but I'm going to start with the greatest corner in the NFL right now, Patrick Surtain.
Yes.
Then give me Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, J.C. Horn.
I could give you J.C. Horn. He's been playing really well.
J.C. Horn.
I think there's
Trent McDuffie has been unbelievable this year.
You know what? I think that's on me. I can't veto Trent McDuffie because I have not kept tabs on that man.
Denzel Ward.
On the Browns?
On the Browns.
It's
What is that, 5? At this point?
Yeah, okay. I think you're missing
Does that count?
I think you're missing one of the top corners in the AFC
I'll get there.
that led a
do not
great
need
defense.
Every single corner, but I'm really glad that they gave me every single corner. Jalen Johnson from the Bears.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
Let's go to some.
Is he better than AJ Terrell though?
Jalen Johnson?
He's a very strong corner. Actually, he made a couple
They're very
plays
close.
in that
I think
Packers
they're
game.
extremely close.
In that Packers playoff game, he came up so clutch.
Confetti. I think it teams. No, I wouldn't give you Christian Benford.
No, unfortunately,
not.
no. I think you're missing a Houston Texan.
Oh, Derek Stingley. Yeah, okay. Good point. What is that, 6?
I almost want
Where
to
am I
say that
trying
was
to get
7.
to? 8?
Yeah. I thought that was almost 7. Hold on. Where'd you go already?
All right, so I started with Surtain. Then I went to Christian Gonzalez. Then I went to Devin Witherspoon.
Yes.
Then I'll throw in Trent McDuffie, Jalen Johnson, and Denzel Ward. You giving me Denzel Ward, so that's 6.
For the sake of the
7
game.
was Stingley.
Can you name one more?
We're getting there. I don't know if I can. In all honesty, I don't know if it's possible. Oh, Quinion Mitchell. Q. He's a first team All Pro.
This season, he's a
He is.
first team All Pro. Holy cow!
Yeah, he is. Unlucky.
All right, bro. Yeah.
He is. No, he genuinely is.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
All right.
Q is actually, he's really good.
I really don't think there's more than that. I don't think it exists past that.
Deron Bland.
No, not giving you that. Not giving you that. Ain't happening. Yamador Lenore, maybe.
I'm just trying to get a good reaction out of Austin over there.
Lynn, Jamel Dean, Charvarius Ward, Jalen Ramsey. I'm not giving you.
No, he's just
Cooper
a little.
DeJean, maybe.
Honestly, Cooper DeJean low. I wouldn't hate that.
Wouldn't give you Marlon Humphrey. Maybe DJ Reed, but I still wouldn't do it.
I just feel like AJ Terrell is very close to being better than all of those guys.
Yeah, it's
like
very
every
close.
guy that you
I mean,
listed, he's
it's
very
Verge,
close.
but I need the point. So
It's Verge, but Ryan needs the point. So
we got 1.
for competitiveness' sake,
We got 1. Thank you, Ryan. All right, you're up.
I think I could name. Oh man, and this is why I love this one.
And this is the last one.
I could name at least 8 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff.
Oh, I can name 15 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff. Genuinely, I think I can.
Yeah, we jumped up there, but I think I could go 16 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff.
I'll do 17. I like playing the game.
17 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff.
17 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff. 17 going once, going twice, going 3 times.
Ask any clarifying questions or no?
Like what?
Like, do you think this wouldn't be my question, but like, do you think Cam Ward is better than Jared Goff?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just ridiculous.
You know what? I want to hear you name
17?
17 quarterbacks better than Jared Goff.
Let's start from the top. Josh Allen. Let's go with Patrick Mahomes. Let's go Lamar Jackson.
Wait, hold on. I want to. Since this is a longer list, I got to keep like a tally on my calculator. You know.
Joe Burrow. Your calculator? What you got fingers for, bro?
Yeah, but once I get past 3, you know,
I get
like,
stuff.
you
I
know,
understand.
I only have 5 fingers.
So 4. Matthew Stafford. Drake May. Drake May is better. I said Lamar already. Caleb Williams is better. Dak Prescott is better.
Okay.
What's that? 8?
You're at 8.
Jordan Love is better.
Jordan Love is better.
Trevor Lawrence is better.
Trevor Lawrence is better.
What about Bryce Young? I think Bryce Young's better. Just a little bit. He's got higher upside.
Higher upside, and I would be interested to
We'll
see
come back to
Bryce
Bryce
Young
Young.
operate in a Lions offense, to be honest. But maybe we'll revisit.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's better.
Yep. Jalen Hurts is better.
Jalen Hurts is better.
Brock Purdy, I would say, is better.
You would say Brock
I
Purdy
think
is better
so.
than Jared Goff?
I believe that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Brock Purdy is better than Jared Goff.
Baker Mayfield is better.
Baker Mayfield is better than Jared Goff.
Jaden Daniels is better.
Jaden Daniels is better than Jared Goff.
Sam Darnold is better. That's
Sam
16.
Darnold is better than Jared Goff.
All right, we're going to have to pull some strings here to get 17.
Well, we said we'd revisit Bryce Young.
Okay. So... Oh, Bo Nix is better. There it is.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is better.
Yeah.
That's 17. That is literally the line, though. I mean, you could argue like Daniel Jones, but at that point, you're just
No, bro.
picking at straws, man. It's just not going to happen.
And then if we do count Bryce Young, that's your 18.
19.
But is there anyone you'd name outside of Bryce Young left? Is that it? Is 18 the max?
CJ Stroud? Wouldn't give it to you, though. Michael Penix? No.
No. Silly.
Joe Flacco's a Pro Bowler. Shador Sanders is a Pro
Dude,
Bowler.
Joe Flacco on the Lions, I think might
families.
dude, he might be pretty good.
I don't know. Detroit might rise up. Aaron Rodgers?
Is Aaron Rodgers better than
I don't think
Aaron
so.
Rodgers better than Jared Goff? I don't know.
It's close. 2 old heads. Dead even. Well, I don't need it. But
No, you don't. I actually will give you Bryce Young,
How
and that's your 18.
How much time are we looking at here? Do we have time for one more, or is that all for day 4 here? I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of interviews to do, but I got to think of another player now. What's a position we haven't done?
We haven't done tight end.
Tight end. Yeah. Let's try tight end. What about my good friend Hunter Henry?
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry has been the topic of conversation recently.
Yeah, we were playing Wavelength, and I was trying to give Lily a solid 5, just average. I mean, that is, I feel like, as average as it can be. Hunter Henry in his prime, better than average.
But I think I can name 10 players better than Hunter Henry.
10 players better than Hunter Henry. You're going to start at 10? Jeez, man.
I don't think that there's 9.
Maybe I can go 11 because I think there are some teams with 2 tight ends better than Hunter Henry.
Let's let me take a look here. No, you know what? I'm gonna let you play the game, but I'm not gonna let you go out without a fight. I think I can do 12.
You're going to make this hard on me, dude. I kind of want to play the game.
Say 13. Just go for it, man. Say 13.
I'm going to say 13 and immediately out of your mouth
13.
you're going to say BS.
BS.
Yeah, 13.
Not gonna happen.
I'm going to try, though. All right. Stick with me here. Trey McBride.
Yep.
Travis Kelce.
Yep. Yep. Sure.
Yes. Tyler Warren.
Yep.
Definitely this year, Juwan Johnson.
Yep.
I think Kyle Pitts is better than Hunter Henry.
Yep.
I think Brock Bowers is better than Hunter Henry.
Yep.
George Kittle is better than Hunter Henry.
Yep.
Dallas Goedert is also better than Hunter Henry.
Yep.
Dalton Kincaid
Yep.
is better than Hunter Henry. I think you might have two tight ends on the Browns that are better than Hunter Henry, and Harold Fannin and David Njoku.
Okay, so it's 11. What do you need, 13?
Yep.
2 more.
Would we say Dalton Schultz is better than Hunter
Yeah,
Henry?
I love Dalton Schultz. Come on.
And last, but not least, especially at this point in their career, exploded at the end of the season, Colston Loveland is better than Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I'd give you that. All right.
However, I will say Hunter Henry, in terms of counting stats like yards and touchdowns, he's like top 10 in the league.
He is solid.
He's
solid. He's like a. I need a tight end late in the fantasy season. I have nobody. That's a Hunter Henry kind of guy.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there are guys that are more talented. However, Hunter Henry does his stuff. I mean, he does his stuff.
Congratulations, James. You win the bull shrimp portion of this segment, and that will do it for this segment of Field Goals and Forecasts. Stay tuned for those 3 interviews coming up next. We'll be right back. We'll see you later on Field Goals and Forecasts. Welcome back to Field Goals and Forecasts here on WSVU 88.3 The Buzz. Ryan Adio alongside Ryan Lombardi, alongside special guest Ryan Leaf, an all-Ryan interview here on The Buzz. How you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing well. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, this is
You
awesome.
guys have been coming now for a bunch of years doing this on Radio Row. It's awesome to see, the journalism school and the radio station, to keep it up and be a part of this. This is a monstrosity this year. This is about as tightly knit since it was, I think, since Miami pre-COVID. People are close to each other here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun so far. I can't complain. So,
Yeah, I was going to say last year in New Orleans, it was like pretty spread out. We had a lot of room, but this year, definitely a lot of people, close quarters, but great to be here nonetheless.
I think it's because I think most people said we're going to go out there for the good weather.
yeah.
The weather's been amazing.
Oh, yeah. How was golf on?
I had a real hard time even deciding to come here to do these interviews because I want to be on the golf course. Actually.
What'd you shoot? Anything good?
I didn't play great. I shot an 80.
All right, there you go. Hey,
Too bad.
better than me.
But I played a course called the San Francisco Golf Club, which is unbelievable.
That's awesome. Really great. Well, I mean, let's just dive into it. Kind of, if you want to introduce yourself, what you're doing here on Radio Row and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like you said, I'm one of the cool Ryans here. And I come to Radio Row every year. This is 10 years now. First one back was here at Super Bowl 50. And it's a chance to kind of use my platform to share my story in the hopes to help somebody. And also talk some football because football was such a big part of everything for me. And I do that in the analyst game a little bit as well. But the large portion is to talk about the works we're doing in mental health and substance use disorder. I work for a facility in Houston called the Menninger Clinic. And they are a state-of-the-art psychiatric and substance use disorder facility. And I've been with them for about 3 years now, heading into my 4th. And I get a chance to work peer-to-peer with a bunch of former NFL guys because of a relationship that was built with our union. Yeah. And so it's been a real purposeful opportunity for me.
So let me ask you this. How did the expectations of living up to maybe the number 2 overall pick really affect you?
Well, it doesn't affect you at the time because you believe you're supposed to be there. Like, I had a real belief in that I was as good as anybody.
Yeah.
And so where things start to kind of go off the rails is when you don't play well, which is unexpected because you've played well your entire life. And then the outside noise becomes pretty loud. Now, there's some that can ignore it, can move through it. I had a real hard time with that.
It's tough.
I was impulsive. I was judged. I'd been judged my whole life. And so I wore this chip on my shoulder and I didn't deal with life on life's terms, where you have other individuals, and we're seeing one in this Super Bowl in Sam Darnold, who went through exactly what I did. He had to wear that anchor of being a bust as a high draft pick after he left the Jets and bounced around. He didn't let it affect him. He just went back to work.
Yeah.
He pushed it away, pushed it aside. Even now, even last year, he wins 14 games, and the Vikings pretty much say, nope, still not good enough for us. How do you get over that? No, he goes right back to the lab with Jordan Palmer down in Southern California, gets a deal with the Seahawks, and now he's in the Super Bowl. Most likely he's probably going to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, I think, on Sunday and turn that whole story around.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold's a great example of that, really bounce back. And when he was coming out of USC, the big thing around him was he wasn't affected by failure. That was his big thing, and now it's really showing as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard thing to do, and at his level, I mean, for me, he's an inspiration.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, you know, and for him to keep pushing, and when he got that opportunity, he probably played the best game of his life in the NFC Championship, and
Absolutely.
I was so proud of him.
It was awesome. And I think also with Sam Darnold, too, is like, yes, he was the number 3 overall pick, but some people regarding him as the best quarterback in that draft class after it happened and saying he was better than Baker Mayfield and all these other guys that got drafted. So definitely wasn't easy for him to like carry that weight.
No, it never is. But again, like I tell you, when we're in it, we don't feel like it's weight at all. We feel like we belong there, that we deserve to be there. We have worked our tails off to get there. And when we get that opportunity, we're going to make the most of it. I don't think anybody expects to struggle. We haven't really ever done it before. And so when it does happen, it's shocking a little bit, and you have to figure that out.
How do you feel about the support that maybe NFL coaches or college coaches give these young players when they're transitioning from college to the pros?
Well, I think they understand that there needs to be some of that support, but I also think that when there's these coaches are in these situations, they're like, hey, we're paying you to be a professional here.
Right.
You know, be a professional. And if you're not, we'll find somebody who can. And that's the way of the business. And I think that's the way it should be. I don't think there should be any sort of coddling, though I do know if you go and draft a quarterback and you decide to pay a quarterback all this money, there are different rules. There just are. Like any sort of privately run business, you have to cater to different kind of personnel. And that's the difference. And that's the difference in coaching when you have the quarterback position at that level.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know a few weeks back, or maybe it was last week, you went in to the Senior Bowl and talked to them. What kind of lessons from your past were you able to share and offer them some advice?
Well, I think that, you know, all those individuals are sitting in a place where I was exactly at, you know, and probably in a better situation because I was about to be the first or the second pick in the NFL draft. So I try to talk to them about the things that they can control, their attitude, their behavior, their effort. I don't always do that well. I try to teach my son it. You know, it's just something we have to learn and remember. And I talk to him about consequences, you know, to making those decisions and things like that. Knowing that you do those things incredibly well and still maybe second string, you know, you can't control what's about to happen. You can just control what you're doing every day. And a lot of those guys really came to work at the Senior Bowl. It was a real physical week of practice. More physical week of practice at the Senior Bowl than I had seen in some time. Wow. And the game was very, very good. You know, I think all the quarterbacks got some good work in, but I think the defense really played well too.
I mean, looking at this year's draft class, like who are some of the top names you think? Obviously, like Fernando Mendoza is probably going to go 1-1, but other than that, who else?
You know, it's always hard with what teams are looking for. I think that when we've seen the teams that have gotten towards the top this year, the Patriots in Seattle, their ability to find like a diamond in the rough at corner that can play nickel corner, that's been a difference maker. You look at Regina a year ago, this year, Umanori, you know, and an opportunity for those guys to make big splashes early on in the season. I mean, that's a big deal. And those were kind of big finds for teams that knew that they were good, didn't know if anybody else wanted to invest that high of a draft pick on them. And instead, they go about their business. And so I like those individuals. I thought Garrett Nussmeier really stepped up in the game. He was banged up so much this year. His oblique was a real problem, and he kept trying to fight through it and play. And I don't think anybody got to see the real him this year.
Yeah.
And he came to play in that Senior Bowl. He performed well in practice, was a great leader, and then went out and had a great game.
Yeah, he was highly regarded entering this season as well. So I think he'll still be highly regarded entering the draft. That just doesn't go away, you know. But
sometimes it does.
To an extent, yeah.
It's too easy to think that. Like, you know, that you look at you know, the Matt Barkley situation, right?
It's true.
He chose to come out. He probably would have been the top pick.
Right.
Stayed one more year. The team struggled a little bit. He kind of found, and he gets further down the list. So it's always fascinating to see how people optically view whatever it is when someone's skill set doesn't change. If not, it's probably gotten better.
Yeah, even like Penn State this year, Drew Aller, like I think he could have been a first or second round pick last year in the draft. Went back to Penn State. Obviously, things went south quickly there.
Yep.
And I mean, he ends up getting hurt, ends his season. Now he might not even go in the draft.
Yeah, I don't know with what happens with that. You know, the ability, if he has a chance to, does he have another year of eligibility?
He's done.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a freakish thing, and it was a bad year for Penn State, unfortunately.
I know.
It was. Yeah.
I know.
So-
are you like college football guy? Like, what'd you make
Well,
of the whole firing?
I call college football for the CW, and so I was mainly invested in my alma mater, Washington State and Oregon State, because those were the only two teams that we covered. That will expand next year with the Pac-12 going to 8 teams.
Yeah.
So I'll be more informed with the college football model, but I just didn't necessarily like the product so much the last couple of years. Just probably was a little biased to being offended by the realignment and how we got left for dead.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think that, like anything, athletic directors now, with money being involved so much, if they feel like they can get a slight advantage with the new head coach that will get them over the top, you know. Indiana won the national championship. I feel like it's groundbreaking, but I almost feel like it's lost in the shuffle through the NFL playoffs, Super Bowl. I don't think anybody's really talking about it much anymore. Yeah. I think the team is, and I think people in Bloomington will, but I don't know how much the nation really
That's interesting.
has embraced that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That might just be a me thing, too.
Their first national championship ever. And no one, they built that team from the ground up. Yep. And I guess you're right. I haven't heard as much buzz about it. I think that is kind of an interesting point. But I do want to transition back to mental health and the league. How do you think the league has evolved to really help players' mental health more? I mean, we're seeing the stories of like Jordan Poyer, Darren Waller, those kind of guys. Do you think that's more of a wake-up call for the league?
I think they both did that on their own. I don't think the NFL really is too invested in anything. I think they're invested in making money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if mental health still, I think, is stigmatized in a way that doesn't benefit the NFL. And so they stay away from that as most as possible. What has been impressive is the likes of Max Crosby, Darren Waller, like you talked about, Jordan Poyer, guys who are still able to and still in their prime to be top players.
Yeah.
Right? Having gone through what they did and overcome, those are the best mouthpieces. Those are the best spokespersons you can have in those moments. They inspire the heck out of me watching them get to do what they do. So, I might be the biggest Max Crosby fan in the entire world. I'll tell you right now. I love that guy.
Great guy.
I got to meet him about 4 years ago, and I can't wish for anything more than the best for that guy. And he leads from the front, and I love that.
I thought like JJ McCarthy's also like a good example of that and how he meditates on the field, like at the goalpost, whatever. Just being like, I think it's just a good like role model almost for like kids and younger players that are going through this process.
And that's more like sports psychology, where you are trying to, narrow your focus in an intense situation. I think that's really important. I think where mental health becomes an issue is when you start struggling and you don't feel comfortable telling anybody about it because you're more fearful that someone may know that you aren't doing well and need help than actually getting the help that you need. And that's the stigma that we have to overcome. We have to showcase and show everybody, like, everybody goes through this. Just because you're the big, strong football player doesn't mean that you don't go through the same human experiences that others do. You just happen to be a really good football player.
Right.
And so it's important that we keep telling them that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to talk about it. In fact, you're going to become more relatable, more human, and you're going to be able to make a bigger impact by doing that, not just being a football player.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you a hypothetical here. I give you a time machine. You can go back in time, talk to your younger self for a minute. What are you going to say?
I did this.
Okay.
The Players Tribune, Derek Jeter's Players Tribune, gave me a platform to write this. I wrote a letter to my younger self. You guys should go back and take a read.
Yeah, for sure.
It will tell you exactly what I tell myself. Pretty much, it sums it up as like, don't be a dick.
Okay, fair enough.
And this is going to really hurt, but you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that's a slippery slope because what if I was just really good, never really corrected the emotional and behavioral things that I needed to, and I ended up just being a 50-year-old asshole with a couple Super Bowl rings. I don't think I don't want to be around that guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy I see. my only regret probably would be to tell him, just treat people better. You can be a great football player and treat people well. You can be a bad football player and you can still treat people well.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest aspect of things.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you make of the whole game? Obviously, you hinted at it with taking the Seahawks, but just previewing the big game, who you got?
Hang on real quick. I like the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think they're playing incredibly well. I think they're playing better than anybody right now, and therefore I assume that they'll continue with that trend. New England, who has played the best defenses coming into this, have struggled offensively.
Yeah.
They've been great defensively, but I just feel like that seems like the trend of this game. Now, watching every Super Bowl that I've watched and knowing it's a one-game tournament,
Right.
it's not the NBA, it's not Major League Baseball. You don't play 7 to win 4. You go out and lay an egg early, you turn it over a couple times, and Sam has turned it over more than anybody this year.
Mm-hmm.
Then things become a different problem, and away we go. So it's important to understand that we're in a situation where I love that guy, David Meltzer. It's important to know that this game can go any which way. They're both very capable defenses, incredible quarterbacks. I hope it's a good game. Ultimately, I think Seattle's playing better than anybody right now.
That's the general consensus. Is everyone's like, I really hope it's a good game.
I don't like that.
but
I don't like
Seattle,
that.
Yeah.
I don't like that it's a general consensus
We've had
because that makes it.
That's
one
what I
person
said.
say Patriots, and they were a Patriots fan, so
Yep.
it's hard to say.
So we had Matt Sims on yesterday, and he said that he thinks the Patriots have the ability, and they could make it a very ugly, sloppy game if they could get Sam Darnold and Seattle rattled early. But I think it's weird that everyone is so like.
Yeah.
I haven't made my prediction yet, but I think it's weird that everybody is so high on Seattle because ultimately it's the Super Bowl. Like when it comes down to it, these players are doing media all week long. Like there's outside factors that I think can affect this game, and it's also the biggest game of the year. You don't think the Patriots are just going to come out and be like, oh, they're going to want it so bad that I think it's going to be a close game.
I do too. I hope.
And there's also the championship culture in New England, so I don't think that's just going to go away.
I think that's going to be an early thing where Mike McDonald and his staff haven't been around the championship as much as Mike Vrabel has, and so I do think that is a situation that allows for it. I just hope it's a good game, like I always do. I'll be back home. I'll be home with the kids, watching it on the big screen and enjoying the day.
That's good. Yeah. All right. And then I have one trivia question before we end here. And so I did a little research. And in your first career NFL game, you completed passes to 7 different players. How many do you think you could name?
All right, let's go. Brian Still.
Yep.
Freddie Jones.
Yes.
Jeff Graham. Oh no, sorry, not Jeff Graham. Charlie Jones.
Yep.
Terrell Fletcher.
Yep. Looking for 3 more.
Michael Ricks.
Yep. 2 more. One might be a running back.
Natron Means.
Yep. 1 more.
Is it a wide receiver or a tight end?
I honestly do not know.
Webster Slaughter.
Yes.
there it is.
Bang.
That's
7 for
extremely
7.
impressive.
That's great stuff.
That's what I've realized by talking to ex-players, stuff like they do not forget. You guys do not forget things. That is so funny.
I would have been more. I think the NFL is still traumatic a little bit for me sometimes, so I don't remember as much about the NFL. Where I remember everything from college.
Really?
Like I remember the play calls sometimes.
That's amazing.
In college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you got anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. Well, from Ryan cubed, I think, right? 3?
Yeah. Right. You guys are, St. Bonnie's in the East. Maybe we can turn into a Ryan podcast.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Ryan
it. All
show.
right. Well, Ryan Leaf, thank you for joining us. Stay with us on Field Goals and Forecasts on WSVU 88.3 FM, The Buzz.
Welcome back to Field Goals and Forecasts here on WSVU 88.3 The Buzz. Ryan Adio alongside James Derrick and Coach Neuheisel. Coach, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful hanging out with you enterprising lads. I can see stardom written on both of your faces.
That's the greatest compliment I've got.
This is the beginning of something huge for these two, I can tell.
absolutely love it. Well, you want to talk a bit about coaching. I mean, you're now in the UFL with the Renegades, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to me a bit about how coaching has changed from when you started to now.
Coaching is the same in terms of imparting all the fundamentals and, the strategy and the creating the culture of a team and all that. None of that has changed. What has changed is the coming and going of players, right?
Yeah.
The transient, we're in a transactional time in this business. Now, pro football's always been transactional.
Yeah.
So there's nothing new there. But when you're in a pro locker room, they always wax poetic and nostalgic about their life in college with all their buddies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And now we're getting that game to be more transactional than I think is probably healthy. But the game is still a wonderful game. I always say it this way: football's not complicated, people are.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what we're watching in real time right now.
You're dealing with a lot of people when you're coaching as well. But you want to talk to me a bit about NIL? You kind of got out before.
We don't have
really
nearly
bad,
enough time to give you the saga of name, image, and likeness. And name, image, and likeness is the term we use.
Right.
Yeah.
But really, we're talking pay for play.
Yeah.
And what's happened over the lifetime of college football is you had this big establishment known as the NCAA, where everybody put their hat in the ring and said, okay, we're going to keep our amateurism, we're going to keep it, and was trying to keep everybody alive, because not every school's created equal. Some have big resources, which was how you created the autonomous five, right? And some have lesser resources, but all had similar votes.
Yeah.
So as we kept going through the rules, those who had less money kept kind of keeping the common denominator down, right?
Yeah.
In terms of pay. Unfortunately, as the game grew and its popularity grew and the television markets grew and all that kind of stuff, you saw the pie getting bigger and the players were not getting their piece of it. And when it finally went to court, not necessarily as a player going to court, but some amateur student athlete going to court asking for resources so they could go to Europe and get an internship, that was the Alston case. The Supreme Court, in a time where I don't know if it's ever been more divided in terms of conservative and liberal, voted 9-0 against the NCAA. That triggered NIL. You couldn't hold that back any longer. That triggered transferring. Couldn't hold that back any longer. And we have this whirlwind of change that all at the same time is creating, as it's being dubbed, the Wild Wild West, which is why we don't have much in the way of consistency with our rosters anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and for me, like, I'm a huge basketball fan. I think of, Jalen Rose and those five at Michigan that played so well. Fab Five. They see, their jersey getting sold at a store, and they're like, why can't I get some of that? Of course.
The 1983 North Carolina State team sued to try, because of all the Jim Valvano videos where they were coming out, Thurl Bailey and Lorenzo Charles, all those guys, and all the video the NCAA was using to promote their tournament, they sued.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just want a happy ending where the players get their piece of the pie, the fans get the same game that we've been treated to for a lifetime, and we get some relationship with the kids and an alma mater that they look back on and say, that's where I went to school. That's where I made my best friends. That's where I met my wife. On and on it goes. We need that relationship, that touch point, so that we can have this kind of, just warm feeling when we talk about college athletics.
I mean, it's been difficult for a school like Bonaventure. I mean, our most successful athletes to ever come out of our school are 4-year guys, where it's like
Bob Lanier.
Yeah, yes. Bob Lanier. I'm thinking of Andrew Nicholson, guys that came in, maybe didn't play freshman year, and then kind of work themselves up, and they learn kind of every role of being on the team, and then they're a leader. How many
students are at St. Bonaventure's right now?
Oh, like 2,000 to 3,000, maybe. 3,
no, not even.
It's probably 2,000.
By the end of a 4-year experience at St. Bonaventure's, you know almost everybody you see on campus,
exactly.
right?
Absolutely, you do. Yeah.
Now imagine having to be there for a semester and leaving and going someplace else and having to go through that whole awkward get to know everybody and doing it again and doing it again. And you can understand how isolated you'd become.
Yeah.
One of the perks that all these players want when they go for these free agency deals is their own place.
Yeah.
Their own, I want to go live in my own. You're missing college.
Yeah.
You're missing the magic of college and the relationships forged. It's it's not a great deal.
Because they're more than just athletes. I mean, originally it was student athletes, and they kind of pulled the student out of it. I mean, you're seeing guys like Carson Beck. They interviewed him. They're like, "What classes you take?" And he's like,
I graduated
I
2
don't
years
go to
ago.
classes.
Yeah, I don't go to
2 years
class.
ago. Like,
Yeah, well, everybody now wants to be Van Wilder, right, and stay for 7 years. We've got Joey Aguilar trying to stay at Tennessee for his 6th year of college.
Yeah.
We've got Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss trying to stay for his 6th year of college. And under the heading, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not their fault. I would try. Diego Pavia profited from his
right.
last year, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did.
Yeah, so listen, I get it, but while we're saying yes to them, there's another Trinidad, another Diego, another Joey that is being told you can't play because there's not a spot for you.
Yeah, right.
College is to matriculate, to move on, to create those memories and move on with your life. We've got to get our arms around this, but in the meantime, we just kind of shake our shoulders and hope for better days.
Yeah, I didn't mean to spiral off into an NIL talk.
Oh, I can talk on this subject for a while.
We better change the subject before it gets too late. But how did you kind of end up in the UFL with the Renegades?
So I'm a veteran of spring football.
Yeah.
I played in the old USFL back in 1984 when Herschel Walker was playing in the league and Doug Flutie was coming into the league and Donald Trump was a team owner, the New Jersey Generals. I don't know if you've heard of Donald Trump, but
Passing.
But here's what the great thing about spring football is. It's a second chance. Whether it's a second chance to try to grab the brass ring of the NFL, or whether it's a second chance to say goodbye to football on your own terms.
Yeah.
It's a great deal, and it reminds us of team. I got 60 guys that are going to go to training camp, and all of them want to play one more year, and then they'll see. But they're going to get one more year on scholarship. Right? The amount they'll be paid is about the equivalent of a scholarship.
Yeah.
And you get to leave on your own terms, and you get to have the magic of that team experience one more time. And I did it in 2019 in the Alliance of American Football. I went and coached the Arizona Hotshots. Went and got a bunch of my old buddies from the coaching world that, kind of, hey, let's go have one more rodeo, right?
Yeah.
It's putting the band back together type of thing. We had a blast. And John Wolford, the quarterback from Wake Forest, he's still in the NFL. He's made probably $25 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our kicker, Nick Folk, still in the NFL.
Yeah.
Those kind of chances you feel good about. You help give that opportunity. But the vast majority, you at least said, hey, I'm tipping my cap to football and thanks for a great last ride.
Right. I mean, look at like Brandon Aubrey with the Cowboys. I mean, he
Exactly.
started in the USFL.
Exactly.
And now he's the greatest kicker in the NFL. Probably.
And we're going to now play in smaller stadiums where, like, we're going to be in the Toyota Stadium there in Frisco.
Yeah.
We now are going to have 11,000 people come to the game.
Yeah.
You can come down and call plays. Come down and help us. Come down and get on the field. Meet our players. It is an
great.
experience. It's an affordable experience. Some of these games have gotten crazy.
Yeah,
What's the
absolutely.
Super Bowl ticket going for this week, right?
That's a great
The
question.
bottom line is
Today or
this
tomorrow?
is football, old-fashioned style, kind you're going to love. Come and be a part of the Dallas Renegades.
I love it. Love it.
I mean, you just mentioned, fans come down, call some plays.
You guys are sold right now. I can already tell. I got you guys hooked.
Oh, I got
Hey,
you.
You guys are Renegade fans.
Well, absolutely.
What's as someone who analyzes the game, you're a coach. What's something that fans get just wrong, dead wrong, most of the time when they're if I'm watching the TV and I'm screaming, oh, you got to pass the ball there or something like that. Is there something you think fans consistently don't understand?
Well, the thing that and it's the greatest game because the television gives us so many great angles. We get slow motion.
Yeah.
It was an Army-Navy game back in the early 60s where we got introduced to slow motion. Slow motion shows us how incredible the athletes are.
Yeah.
Right? We see, and the game of inches, and you're mesmerized by the athleticism, by the speed, by the violence, by all of the stuff that happens. But our eyes follow the ball.
Yeah.
What fans get wrong is how much is happening away from the ball that is impacting what is happening on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for instance, a defensive end. He's a first-round draft choice. He has no sacks. Myles Garrett. Let's just say Myles Garrett. He doesn't have a sack in that game, but it took a running back, a tight end, and a tackle to get him blocked.
Yeah.
Which takes your numbers down to 3 eligible receivers. And a defense that's only rushing 4 now has 7 in the back end for 3 receivers, and your chances of beating that team are small. You don't necessarily talk about that because Myles Garrett didn't get a sack, but he took everybody to his account.
Yeah.
And that's why we call the game a matchup game, because it's a math game. At its core, if everybody were equal, the mathematicians would win the game because they understand angles, they understand how to create 2-on-1s with the motions and the formations and the shifts, all of that. So it's a very intricate game. It's fascinating. It's how I got, Homer Smith, my old coach 100 years ago, said, "You're going to like this." And I've been mesmerized ever since.
Yeah, I mean, people always look at stats. They always point to stats. But you look at like a nose tackle, for example. They're eating up double blocks. They're getting blocked from the backfield.
You take 2 to block 1,
right.
It goes back to math.
It
Who's got the advantage,
exactly.
right?
But
Exactly.
That's not shown in the stat sheet anywhere. But
the great Reggie White, speaking of spring football, Reggie White, Hall of Famer, NFL guy. You remember the Packers and the Eagles. He came in and slapped my arm as he was going by. I had Reggie White's handprint on my forearm for 4 weeks.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
I knew what ring size he had.
That's incredible. Well, I'm going to take you back. 1994, the Rose Bowl, right? You said David versus Goliath. That's correct? All right, perfect. What was going through your mind in that game? You were a huge underdog in that one. How did you keep yourself focused?
You're talking in '84 when I was the player.
84,
when I was the
excuse me,
player.
sorry.
It was Illinois versus UCLA. We were 7-point underdogs. And the reason we were underdog, we were 6-4-1. We started the season 0-3-1.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden rallied, got ourselves a Pac-10 championship at the time. And we were playing Illinois, and they were the first team in Big Ten history, I think, to have played everybody in the Big Ten. That's back when the Big Ten was 10 teams.
Yeah.
And had beaten everybody. And Mike White was their head coach. Jack Trudeau was their quarterback. And they were upset that they were having to play us because they wanted to win the national championship. Remember, national championships back then were mythical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to impress the pollsters, and playing us wasn't going to be the feather in their cap that they thought it should be. But here's the kicker. One of the graduates of the University of Illinois was a guy by the name of Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner was the Playboy czar, right?
Yeah.
And he had a mansion in L.A. 1 mile from UCLA's campus called the Playboy Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
He invited the Illinois football team to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, man.
You can imagine being a UCLA guy,
Yeah.
1 mile, and we get no love, no credit, no visit. That tipped the scales.
That was
we were
it.
upset,
All right.
and we came out and beat them 45-9.
Killed them. That's an amazing game. But I just wanted to bring you back to that.
Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl is still my Shangri-La. It's still the nirvana of college football. I wish we could figure out a way where that would be the end of the yellow brick road every year, that the national championship would be played there. Because somehow with this newfangled version of college football, we have to tie it to the past.
Yeah.
One of the great things about college football is tradition. And that's why alma maters are important. We could get tradition.
Yeah.
How you doing, my friend? That is absolutely a must. So I'm hopeful we can get the Rose Bowl to be the end of the yellow brick road.
Yeah, I love it.
That's an awesome story. But I mean, you just mentioned tradition. How do you feel about the new college football playoff format? I mean, it's a championship isn't quite as mythical.
I understand it wholeheartedly, and it's a money grab, right? I don't like that we're asking the fans to have to travel on Thursdays and Fridays to play just because we're afraid of going up against the NFL on the weekend for the advertising dollars. I don't like that we're not able to tailgate in the parking lots.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a fan game. Fans travel, and we're asking too much of the fans. And we can't keep pushing the season back as far. I mean, we got to remember kids are supposed to be going to school.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what are we really doing here? And is it all about a money grab, or should this all be about a higher education and these kids having something? I'm not naive to the money, and I'm part of the establishment that earns a living in this deal, so I'm not biting the hand that feeds me here. What I'm doing is saying, enough already. Let's get this under control and be college football and be happy being college football.
I've got a couple more questions for you here. A lot of coaches fired in the NFL this year after really long tenures. I mean, you're looking at like John Harbaugh, for example. What's your opinion on that? I mean, we're Bills fans here. Even Sean McDermott going was very surprising to us.
And it's when the performance has been as stellar as those guys,
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that somebody would be doing it. But I learned this from Steve Mariucci, the old 49er coach. He said to me, he said, coaches should be like political office. And you should get a term, 4 years.
Yeah.
And then if you do well, you should get reelected. But there should be term limits.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a point in time when you're no longer appreciated.
Yeah.
The expectation level gets to a point, and that can make coaches cantankerous. That can make you what do you want from me? And I think it's great for John Harbaugh to get a fresh start. The Giants are excited to have him. It'll be great for Sean McDermott to get to go do this again, and that will happen within a year.
Right.
These guys have proven that they're the best, and yet for the teams that are starting new, they get a fresh start, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I understand it. I think term limits is the appropriate way to do it, and I thought he was genius when he said so.
Yeah, I like that actually. That's a smart analogy.
What's it like hopping in first year as a head coach? Harbaugh's going to have to do it with the Giants.
Well, excuse me, I'm taken up for Bob Stoops, a Hall of Famer, so
Yeah.
there's a little pressure there. But we drafted a whole new team. So it's a whole new culture. Everybody's starting from scratch. And in so doing, that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Who gets to put it together first? And we're it's like Christmas morning. We got the toy set. Now your dad's trying to figure out, hey, we're missing a piece here, right?
Yeah, right.
We'll figure it out. But hopefully the Dallas fans are as excited as we are, and we're going to put on a good show.
All right, last question for you. You're here at Radio Row, Super Bowl 60, Seahawks, Patriots. Who you got? What do you think the score is going to be?
Well, obviously, both great stories. I think Mike Vrabel has stamped himself as one of the really top coaches.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald, who was a Harbaugh guy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, John loaned him to Jim to be the defensive coordinator at Michigan before taking him back.
Yeah.
I hate if you get to this point, you hate not to finish the job.
Yeah.
But it's hard to not love the Sam Darnold story.
I agree.
And because I'm an old quarterback and love those who battle back from adversity, for Sam Darnold to be in this situation says everything about his character and about his resolve and what he is in that locker room, what he means to his teammates. I got to be for the Seahawks. And plus, I lived in Seattle. I got too many friends. If I said anything other than that, let's go Hawks.
All right, well, that will do it here. Thank you, Coach. We'll be rooting for the Renegades come the spring, so
you better be.
I hope to see you.
Because I'll come looking for the
I better be calling some plays, to be honest.
Yeah, get us down. We'll call some great plays.
All right, gentlemen.
That will do it here on
Stars
Stars
of the future, right here.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Take care.
We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to the final segment here on Field Goals and Forecast. Ryan Adio alongside James Derrick and joined by very special guest, FIFA representative, Jozy Altidore. How are you today, Jozy?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
You just showed up on Radio Row. What's your first impression here?
I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, you see it on TV. You always, like, when you're watching Super Bowl coverage, you see people reporting out of here.
Yeah.
So to finally be here, I didn't get the chance last year. I was busy, but today got a chance to come in, spend time with you guys. It's pretty cool to see all the activity that goes on behind the big game.
Yeah, so you look right over there. It's like Pat McAfee. I'm like, I can't believe he's right there, It's so cool. But you've been a lot of stops along the way, obviously. La Liga, you went to the Premier League, stuff like that. What was your favorite stop along the way?
Definitely my favorite stop was playing in La Liga.
Okay.
Living in Spain, the teammates I got to have and learn from, and I just really enjoyed, it's going to sound weird, but the temperature. I grew up in South Florida.
Yeah, come on.
And so growing up in South Florida and going over there,
right.
It's a natural transition. So I just loved that. I had really fond memories about, Spain and that lifestyle was amazing.
Right, and at Villarreal, that's a pretty great team to be on.
Yeah, it's a good team, so it was cool.
Especially at such a young age, too. Yeah.
I was a young cub, man. I was 18, so it's like a new life out there.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to visit Spain before. I'm just interested. Do you have a favorite food over there that you were that was a go-to?
I mean, it's hard not to love the food in Spain.
Yeah.
You have the paella, which is delicious,
exactly
right?
what I was thinking.
You got to try the paella out there. You have the bocadillos, which are these sandwich. There's a number of things I love, and actually, I've adopted and still kind of eat like that today. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great. What was your feeling? What was the feeling in your gut when you finally got called up to the men's national team? I mean, again, you were really, really young when this was all happening. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy because literally your life then goes into overdrive,
Yeah.
right? Things start coming at you, and it was just a dream come true, to be honest. And fast forward now 20 years later, and I'm still able to be in the sport. We're talking about a World Cup coming here and all the excitement in the country. So the biggest thing for me is to see how the game has grown.
Yeah.
And so it's been really exciting to see that.
And you played in a World Cup game. I mean, how's the atmosphere different? I'm assuming it's great when you're on the pitch.
I know this is a football channel.
Yeah.
So imagine, a Super Bowl happening in basically, 15 plus cities, right? In the same week.
Right.
Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. And that's what it's like. It's something like no other. And it's literally a baby Super Bowl happening in multiple cities. The fanfare. You guys are going to see something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And you're going to love it.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
No, I mean, like the Super Bowl is huge in the U.S., obviously, but the World Cup is like unanimously the biggest event in the entire globe. And like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you scored a goal against England a while back. I mean, what was going through your head? Like, this is the biggest stage.
I got to correct him.
Oh, correct me.
I didn't get to score against England. I actually hadn't scored in a World Cup.
Oh my goodness, Google,
so he's
man.
pouring salt in the wounds.
Google, man.
But I've been a part of it, and one of the games that changed my life was in 2010. We played Algeria. We won in the last minute, and being part of that game, being part of that team, I've been able to obviously go from leap to leap. So the World Cup is a life changer in so many ways for so many players, including myself.
Kind of on that topic, what's the greatest player you've either played against or played with, or even both?
Lionel Messi, definitely the best player I've played against.
That's pretty cool.
That man is a wizard, okay? And then best player I've played with, there's a guy, I know it's a football channel, but this guy named Santi Cazorla. The guy was, is it ambidextrous? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I'll probably butcher that.
Foot. Yeah.
He's both, you didn't know what he was, and the nicest dude.
Wow.
So Santi Cazorla was,
that's great.
he was a demon. He was nice with it.
I mean, everyone wishes they could just use their left foot as good as their right, or right as good as. I can't believe you used both of that. That's extremely impressive. Extremely impressive.
So, I mean, a lot of your experience growing up as a football player, traveling all over the world, you were so young. How does that shape you as a person, being all over the globe like that, just outside of football?
For me, it's been an incredible blessing because as I now transition in my life and I'm doing different things, having that opportunity at a young age and often having to step out of my comfort zone. At that time, I thought it was a crutch, but now I see the ability to be able to kind of be in different environments and still kind of find my balance as a strength of mine. And I only have gotten that through, my professional career and having played in so many places and take on so many different challenges at a young age.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to talk about a young age. You were drafted before you even had your high school diploma, I believe. So how do you deal with that fame at such a young age? And I mean, you're in high school. Everybody's probably looking at you like, that's got to be something.
It's got to be something. But you got to think about the flip side. I didn't have my license when I turned pro.
Yeah.
So my mama was driving me to practice in our Toyota Camry.
Incredible.
Our Toyota Camry. Okay, I was on $50K a year. So I thought I was balling, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not really making anything. But on the flip side, too, it was cool to be able to buy a PlayStation when I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Buy the new, the Metal Gear game. I don't know if you guys play Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid came out. I said I got it on my own. I had my own money.
Awesome.
So on that scale, it was really cool to start making money and then help my parents out.
Yeah.
Take care of some, mortgage, whatever it was with my mom and dad was really nice to be able to do. And then later retire then. That's amazing.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. I mean, that's the first step. That's what I would have done. If I was immediately you get the parents. It's absolutely. I love to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about mom driving you to practice in the Toyota Camry, man. Like, how supportive and influential was your mother?
Man, shout out to mom, all the moms, and I know your mom's amazing. Your mom's amazing. We all know how important a mom plays, and my mom got to support me. She came, she was cooking for me.
Yeah,
she was a nurse, so she left her job to come and kind of support me and made sure that I was ready to play in her own way, and so mama's always going to be good. Love you, Mom.
So you were 18, I believe, at the time when you got sent to Villarreal. I mean, $10 million transfer fee. I mean, that was the most for an MLS player at the time ever. I mean, and you were 18 years old. How did you deal with that? You're going to a different country now. You got to get away from mom. I mean, that's unbelievable.
No, it's a good question. That's it was one of those things I'll never forget. Like it's like week 4, and I'm in the hotel room, and you know something about Spain is obviously they speak Spanish, but in each kind of region they have a certain dialect. Yeah. So it wasn't only the Spanish, but they were speaking Castellon.
Oh yeah.
So it was like I had to learn almost 2 different languages. I would look at the room service menu. I was like, I don't know none of this food. You turn on the TV, and it was like, I don't know none of these shows. So I was like really in a tough spot, but I rallied and I had a good support system. And I look back now, and like I said, those tough moments really helped me a lot in terms of growing as a person. So it was tough at first, but I have so many fond memories about that.
I got one more question for you. You ended up now, you're the part owner of the Bills. How did that come around? And as someone from South Florida, I believe, right?
Yeah.
How are you a Bills fan? How did that happen?
First of all, man, don't sleep on Florida.
All right.
You got all the snowbirds, so the Bills logo has been a constant in South Florida anyway. But I actually played professional soccer in Toronto, which is nearby. Right. So became a super fan of the team. As there's a huge Bills supportive groups and fan base in Southern Ontario. So that really got my exposure. And I spent a lot of time setting up my own family office and investing. And so when the opportunity came about, I knew this was the place for me. And I haven't looked back since. It's been an incredible experience.
That's awesome. Final thing, what's your Super Bowl prediction? Sorry to put you on the spot.
It is. Would have loved to be here.
Yeah.
It's tough being here and not having our boys in it. But, the Seahawks, I wish they can both lose. But if I got to choose one, the Seahawks.
You can't go for the Patriots.
We got our division rival in there. Don't want to see them win. If they do, they do. But, we're Seahawks this weekend.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
That'll do it here for Field Goals and Forecast.